is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? My name's Tony, aka Star Wars Sith, and welcome to another episode of Sith Talk, where we talk Star Wars news, rumors, and coming soons. Today we have on the show Ricky from the Pop the Bounty Collector YouTube channel. How you doing, Ricky?
Doing good, doing good.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your channel, what your channel focuses on, and where we can find you at.
All right, just like in my channel. Hello, YouTube. All right. So on my channel, you're gonna see Funko reviews, Star Wars collectibles, and pins. I'm also gonna start going to more conventions and recording conventions, so the people that are curious on how conventions are, they could get a view through my camera and see how conventions are. So started my channel maybe 5 weeks ago, so I'm still fairly new into YouTube, but I'm loving it.
Nice. So, guys, I'm gonna have the link to Ricky's channel down in the description. Definitely go check him out. So, before we get into the usual questions, I have a question that I've been wondering. So, what made you make a YouTube channel? Because this kind of like came out of nowhere. I didn't really expect it. So, like, why did you make a YouTube channel? Like, what made you jump into this world?
So to be honest with you, I've been watching YouTube forever. And I know a lot of people can say that, but the majority, I would say like 70% of my entertainment is YouTube. I have
Hmm.
no cable at home. I only have is internet. I have Disney Plus, but I think Netflix. But I always go into YouTube. YouTube has helped me throughout the years from how to fix something for my car, how to determine which lightsaber to purchase,
Hmm.
um, toy reviews. So I was like, you know what? I'm very knowledgeable. I have a lot of experience. I've been collecting for many, many years. And I've been seeing a lot of other people Funko Pop reviews, and I feel like, hey, man, I could do it. If not, I could
Uh-huh.
even do it even better. So I was like, let me try it. I don't have too much equipment, so I'm still working on a low budget. Got
Yeah.
my iPhone 13 Pro Max working with me right now. I'm in my living room. But I said, you know what? Let me just start it now. You never know what's gonna happen. And if I could get up there and get like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 subs, hey, but I'm just having fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
People in the comments have been great, so I appreciate the support. And even people at work, it's good to hear that people that I work with say, "Hey, man, I watched your video. You did a good job." So I was
Yeah.
like,
Nice. No, that's awesome. That's good to hear. And like you said, it's fun. Like that's why I started it, because like it's just fun, and it's like everything on my videos I do all the time anyway. I've been doing that since at least 2015 consistently. So like, why not just record it? It's like this is what we do.
exactly.
So all right, awesome. That's good to hear. Well, I'm glad you did. It's gonna be even more fun, especially come next celebration, bro. Next celebration, the big boy is gonna be a blast. Yes. Oh yeah.
For those of you who don't know, me and Tony's been going to conventions since 2015. So I am
Yep.
the Ricky. Ricky's real is me. And so for Tony, before we go to the question, I do got an unboxing, quick unboxing, something that just came in this week that I
Ooh.
didn't spoil it for Tony yet. But I said I'll save this for Sith Talk. So it was the box.
Let's go. It came in. Nice.
It came in. So just
That's
for the
awesome.
just for the show, let me go ahead and take this little sticker off.
And that's the version one blacked out, which you
Yep,
can't even get that anymore.
the OG.
Yep.
So I'm gonna
Yes.
have to pardon the hair. Quick change.
Nice.
There we
Nice.
go. I'm ready now.
Awesome. Thank you. That's so dope, bro. Thank you for supporting. Appreciate that.
Of course, of course.
All right. So, just like every other shift talk, you ready for the questions?
I'm ready, man. I was born ready.
So, the first one is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
So, favorite Star Wars movie is it's gonna surprise even you, Tony. I don't even think you know. It's Attack of the Clones. Um,
Wow. That's a
Episode
first.
2. Yeah, it's a first, and a lot of people would say, "Oh well, everybody." Revenge of the Sith, of course, is a lot of people's top, but
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones had so many things, and to me, it was like first time seeing Yoda battle.
Yeah.
Seeing Mace Windu take down Jango Fett's head, like the
Yeah,
battle
yeah,
between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan, and in the rain, in the
yeah,
water, like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
just all that whole movie for me. And I remember going to the movie theaters, and it was called Downtown Disney at the time.
yeah.
Um, and we had to line up. If you guys are familiar with the Downtown Disney O setup, you had to line up at bongos, and they had
Mhm.
stanchions. So they would have a paper taped to the stanchion, and it would say Star Wars Episode 2 midnight, and
Yeah.
there was no reserved seats. So
Yep.
my girl at the time was like, "You really want to go line up at 7 o'clock for the midnight show?" And I told her, "Yeah. Don't you want to have good seats, or you want to sit in the front with our heads like this?" Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so the people don't understand now the struggle that back in the days we had to wait, and we had to go early to get good seats. So I remember that whole experience and watching Star Wars Episode 2, and then that movie just blew my mind. Seeing a young Anakin at the
Yeah.
end, him loving Padme. So it was just that whole movie to me was just great.
Nice. That's crazy. Yeah, you're the first one on here in 24 episodes that said Attack of the Clones. So that's dope, though. I mean, that's a classic movie. But yeah, no, Attack of the Clones is classic, man. You see so much. You see Boba Fett for the first time. Django is dope. The fight at the end with Dooku and Yoda is just crazy, bro. So no, that's a good choice.
Anakin loses his arm
Yep.
because
Yeah, man. That's a dope one. The Battle of Geonosis, whole sequence was just crazy with the gunships and all the clones coming in at the end. So no, that's a good choice for sure. For me, I'm like everybody else, bro. Revenge of the Sith is mine. And like you said, like I remember doing the midnight release because back then there was no seats, you had to get there. So yeah, man, I'm Revenge, but I love Attack of the Clones, bro. It's such a banger. It's slept on for sure. So the next one is what's your favorite Star Wars show? Only one out of live action or animated. You could only pick one. It's a
this
tough
is
one.
it's a tough one. At first, I was gonna say Mando, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the hype for the Mando show was so great, and like the first live action Star Wars show. I mean, I've been asking for this for years because the only time you could watch Star Wars was either animated, right? And at the time, I know I was wrong. Tony's right, right? At the at the time, I was like, I'm not watching animated. Like that's for kids. They did the Star Wars animated series for kids to draw and kids into Star Wars. I already love Star Wars for the movies, so we had to wait, 3 years when they had the prequels for every 3 years.
Yeah.
So then they said they Disney. That's the only reason why I got Disney Plus. To be honest with you, I
Yep.
don't watch Disney movies and all that stuff. So when I signed up for Disney Plus, it was Mando. But back in 2019, I got pneumonia. So I was out of work for a while, and was just pretty much in my apartment by myself with pneumonia, trying to recover. And Tony again is like, "Yo, jump on Rebels." And I watched Rebels, and Rebels took over. To me,
Yeah.
Rebels is surpassed anything. If you haven't seen Rebels, you're sleeping. You hear it from me. It's not a cartoon, okay? Not for kid. It's not for kids, and especially now with the excitement of Ahsoka coming out is just crazy. So definitely, Rebels is my number one.
Yeah, so for me, it kind of was Clone Wars, but now I'm more back in the Rebels camp, just because like I'm rewatching it again. I'm getting hyped for Ahsoka. I just met the whole cast at ICC Con last week, so it's kind of like I'm really back on my Rebels grind, and like rewatching it now. Like I'm right now, the episode that I just finished is the end of season 2 with Maul and the start of season
Oh,
3 when we first see Thrawn, and like it's just so damn good, man. So I'm right there with you, man. Rebels is so slept on, and like there's a lot of crazy moments in there, especially like with Vader and Ahsoka, and then with Maul trying to turn Ezra and the stuff with Thrawn and Ezra that I'll be getting to again later on, bro. Rebels is fire,
It's
super
fire,
fire.
definitely.
So the last question: who is your favorite Star Wars character?
It's not anybody, unique or random. It's the main guy.
Vader.
It's the main guy. And
Why
and
Vader?
and, and for me, it's the whole story.
Hmm.
It's all. That includes Anakin Skywalker in the prequels
Yeah,
to Vader. It just to me that is Star Wars, right? Even though we have these different characters and we could go, excuse me, we could go anywhere. The main story is all been about Darth Vader. The prequels to how he got to wear the whole helmet and suit, to then him chasing Luke and Leia in the old movies. Just he's just I don't know. To me, he's the best. And there's so many, I guess you could say, side stories
yeah,
from comics to books about Vader that we just still haven't seen. Like if the one that kind of gave it a little bit of justice that we got to see was in Rogue One.
yeah. Oh yeah,
That scene in Rogue One, that you could just see how powerful he was and just swinging the lightsaber, lifting these up at the same time. Like those are the stories that we hear about Vader and that's what I wish. It would be pretty dope if they did a live action with Hayden Christensen right now at this time,
yeah.
and put it between obviously episode 3 and 4 of Vader going to look for other Jedi's with other Inquisitors. That would just be, and just call the show Vader. That's it. Like
Amazing.
that would be my dream right there.
No, that would be sick. And like that Vader sequence in Rogue One, that's my favorite Vader scene in all of Star Wars. That hallway scene was just I remember seeing it in the theaters and like when he ignited his saber, my jaw dropped. I slid up to the edge of my seat and I was in total shock in the theater because we've never seen anything that savage at all. That was such a unique moment and I remember it to this day. And that was what, 2016, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still remember it like it was freaking yesterday, bro. That's crazy. So, for me, no surprise, Maul is my favorite. So, I just started as a kid back in like 98, 99, seeing the trailer, bro, and just seeing him. He just looks so awesome. And then seeing him in Phantom Menace was fire, but then he got cut in half, and it was like, that was so quick. Like, he looked so cool and then seeing him in Clone Wars, and then when I got to Rebels, I was like, oh, he's in Rebels too, and getting so much more of his story was just so dope. So that's my guy right there, man. Is
And
freaking Darth Maul.
I was disappointed in '99. I mean,
Yeah,
in '99, all you saw was his face everywhere. You saw
on everything,
T-shirts.
on the
If
toys, the
you,
packaging.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm like, okay. I mean, he has the name Darth Maul. Like, I love Darth Vader, so I'm like waiting,
yeah,
and at the end he gets cut in half. I'm like, why?
yeah. George is a savage. He did not care. He had an amazing character. He's like, yeah, I'll just kill him in this one. What? Come on, George. So crazy. All right, so I got a bunch of articles that we're gonna look at, but before we get into it, I wanted to talk. My favorite talk is celebration. So we've been to all four celebrations together. The last four: Orlando 2017, Chicago 2019, Anaheim 2022, and then London 2023. So first, we'll talk about London. What did you think of your London celebration experience? You,
uh, let's see. Like again, trying to keep it positive. I mean, at the end of the day, I love going to London. It was a good experience out of the country, getting to meet people that love Star Wars just as I do, and they don't even live in the States. That was amazing.
yeah,
There was some opportunities, definitely. Like sometimes, like when I went to the convention, I was like, "Is this your guys' first time running a convention?" Like,
yeah, yep.
you guys need a tutorial. Let's go to a MegaCon real quick over here in Orlando. They've been doing it for years. They can teach you guys how to control the line. And so I think that's the only bad experience I guess I had, was just like how everything was laid out and there was no smooth transition if you went from like the panels to go to the exhibit floor, or from the exhibit floor to the panels. Sometimes the panels kind of the times overlapped on certain things, so you didn't get to see everything. So that's one thing that people got to
Yeah.
understand is like when you go to a convention like this, you need to. That's the reason why they have the app. Go to the app and pick and choose what you want to do every single day, and that's your itinerary. Because if you're trying to just go and see what happens, you're gonna miss a lot of things. But just the experience with people, it was great. um I love the food was so
Yeah, it was all
at the
right.
at the convention, but the panels were good.
Yeah.
They had some fire panels, like especially day one and day two,
Yep.
fire fire panels. But obviously, you learn as things go. So I know in Japan, I'm really gonna pick and choose which panels,
Yep. Oh
because
yeah.
because there's so much of the exhibit floor, and I think the reason why the way the exhibit floor was set up with two different halls and you got to walk across, I think that's the reason why I didn't get to see everything. I feel like when I go, for example, here in Orlando or even Chicago, I feel like Chicago exhibit floor in 2019 was huge,
Yep.
and we were still able to walk the entire exhibit floor and see every single table, because sometimes like those tables have hidden gems
Yeah.
at good prices. Some people have reasonable prices, and that's what I was looking for. Or I was looking for something that's old that somebody in Europe was holding on and putting
Yeah.
on their
Yeah.
table, and they would be like, "Yo, where did you get that from?" I said, "I got it in Europe,
Yeah.
London." But overall, great experience. And then, of course, man, partner in crime, bro. My galactic pal was with me, so we had a good time.
Yeah, no, London was a blast. Like you said, like their layout was terrible. The flow of the traffic out of the panels was terrible, but it was still fun for sure. Um, but yeah, just the layout is what killed it. But like one thing that I noticed, and I don't know if you feel the same, is literally London celebration. The vibe felt like every other celebration. So
Yeah.
it felt just like Orlando, just like Chicago, Anaheim, like the same love and energy and hype was in London, which was dope. Because like I met people from like all over, like London people, Germany, Belgium, Kuwait. I met so many random people from all over the world, and they were all there for the same thing. So that was dope seeing that. I'm trying to think what else did I enjoy about London. The panels were really really good. Um, but yeah, for Japan, I want to do less panels because I feel like all we did was panels and get in line
Yeah.
for the next panel and sit an hour in the panel waiting for the next panel to start to get to the next panel and then a panel after that. So Japan, nah, bro, I'm gonna do very minimal panels, just like the Lucasfilm panel for sure, Revenge of the Sith
Mm.
panel, but like I want to be on the floor more, man, and explore more and see more. There's so much dope cosplay I didn't get to see that I see in other people's videos, and I'm like, damn, I wish I got to see that in person. So Japan is going to be crazy. I feel like Japan will be way more organized than London. I think it's going to flow like perfect. So we'll see. We got 2 years for that.
Yep, saving up, saving up.
Yeah. So out of all the four celebrations you've been to, what one was your favorite?
I even though I would still say Chicago. Chicago was just like dope. I mean, it snowed. Maybe I got because I got into get into certain panels at the arena. That was pretty dope. The
Yeah.
the lay the layout, it was huge. Like I felt like I saw dope cosplays players, like cosplaying in Chicago. I took a lot of pictures. Got to go into the store. The store looked big too. The store didn't look so tight. Got a couple of t-shirts. So I think 2019 was a good celebration for me.
Yeah, I think Chicago was my favorite too. I mean, like it was 5 days, so it was the longest one that we've been to. And then that McCormick place is massive. So like tons of space. I like how the main panel was at the building across the street. So
So yeah.
regardless, that killed the flow of traffic. So that's good. It wasn't in there. But yeah, and the exclusive Chicago, that's when everybody had good exclusives. Like Funko had a ton. Hasbro had a ton of exclusives and product, Lego had exclusives. Like
Lego.
everybody had stuff there, so that was like prime, like getting collectibles. Because it fell apart after that. Like Anaheim didn't have nothing. London barely. London had two pops at Funko. Really? Like we fly 8 hour flight across the pond for two Funkos that I could get at GameStop. Come on, bro.
And then like the booth was so huge for just two,
Yeah,
and a lounge
yeah,
and a lounge fly bag. Thank you.
yeah. That was crazy. So definitely, yeah. Chicago was my favorite. Um, Anaheim was really really fun though too, because that's the first time we got Jedi passes. So that was great having that access. Like once you go Jedi, you don't go back,
You
man.
don't go back, man. No, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. So
And that Obi-Wan, that one right there, to me, if they said what was your best Star Wars celebration moment, I'll be like red carpet premiere for
oh
the
yeah,
Obi-Wan show. Like that just surprised us. They said come back, and I'm like, okay, I thought we were gonna come back and watch the first two episodes. That was dope. Like I said, oh, we'll
yeah,
come back, sit down, watch the two episodes. We were gonna do the same thing in the hotel room anyways, right?
yeah,
So cool, we get to watch it in a movie theater with other people. But then they open up that section. You see the red carpet. You see where people. You see the actors walking. They're like free
yeah.
popcorn, free soda, free water. Like, and I
Yep.
was like, wow, they that was dope.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
such
really
a
dope.
crazy experience. And then like we sat front row, which was fire. And then Hewan and Deborah Chow came out to introduce it to start it off. And then when it finished, the entire cast came out on stage, which I didn't expect. They were there the whole
Yeah.
time watching it with us, which was so cool, so wild. And like I remember the whole auditorium going crazy at the end of episode two when the music changed and you seen Vader in the back of the tank, and everyone was like, "Oh!" That hype, that energy was ridiculous for that part. So ridiculous. So, so yeah. So we're gonna hop into the first article because there's a few, and the first couple are all about Ahsoka, the
Ooh.
Ahsoka show, because that's where the hype is. We're like maybe what a month and a half, two potentially two exactly 2 months away from Ahsoka starting. So in this first article, they're talking to Lars Mikkelsen, and he mentioned how he avoided rewatching Rebels when getting ready for this role. So they
Ooh.
they asked him, "Did you ever go back and watch old Rebels episodes just to familiarize yourself with how you voiced him and played him?" He said, "No, I didn't really. We needed to do something else, so I wanted to detach myself from that to create something new." So that's
That's
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
I can see why he did that. Because sometimes when you try to go and replicate something that you already done before, it
Uh.
doesn't come out the same. And it's the
Yep.
reason why it doesn't come out the same because it's not organic, it's not original, it's not, so him going into I'm pretty sure he remembers kind of
Yeah.
like Thrawn and the episode, so he has that in his memory, but he just needs to go in fresh and just like action, let's go.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
thought too. Like bro, he's a pro. He is a legit professional actor, so he doesn't need to do that. Like maybe if it was a new person that never saw Rebels or didn't know much about Thrawn, yeah, do your homework. Like Hera and
yeah.
Sabine actresses, they watched it, right? But they need to because they weren't there. But him, like you said, like he remembers it.
It's,
He's Thrawn. He
yeah.
did it. So I saw that article. I'm like, that's interesting. And then another one just dropped, I think, yesterday, and it's similar. So he's actually making one key change from that portrayal of Rebels, he said.
Mhm.
So what he said was that I'm not losing the voice, but I'm tweaking it into live action. When you do an animated character, there's a whole melodious approach. When you're there as a real person, that would be slightly too much. So it seems like he's tweaking it a bit for live action, but I think it's still going to sound Thrawn. It's still going to make sense. I trust Lars. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Because I get, if you ever see like behind the scenes of anime, voice actors, they're really like what it is, animated. You can
Yeah,
see their
yeah.
hand movement and all that stuff, but then they can't do that. And who is it? There was an actress. Oh yeah, what's her name? Bo-Katan.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Katie Sackhoff.
Sackhoff, yeah. So she said it in one of her things that, when
Oh,
she was doing it, she was like moving her hands and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
But she goes, but now I gotta talk like her, but I gotta stand still.
yeah.
I'm so you have to make some type of adjustment. And I think she did an excellent job. So I don't doubt that he won't, it's gonna be fine. I'm just
Yeah,
excited for it.
I know. I'm so excited for Thrawn. And like with the voice thing, yeah, exactly. When I was at ICC Con, Taylor Gray, who voices Ezra, like it's so crazy because like his voice is Ezra, like his regular voice. He didn't change it. And when I got up to him, the whole time waiting in line, I'm hearing him talking to people. And I'm rewatching Rebels right now. So it's like hitting. I'm like, yo, that's freaking Ezra Bridger, like in real life talking to people. It sounded so weird. It was dope. So when I got to him, I'm like, bro, I'm like, it's so surreal to be talking to you right now. I'm rewatching Rebels, and like your voice is 100% Ezra. And he said to me, he was like, yeah, that Steve and Vanessa who voice Zeb and Hera, they have to change their voices, they tweak it. But for me, it's just my regular voice. I just went in like this, so it's just me. And that was just so cool to hear that from him, and just like just talking to him, bro. It's like I was talking to Ezra Bridger. It was so dope, man, so dope.
That must be so weird. Like if you were to like know him personally, and
I
you were like,
know.
you'd be like, "Shut up, Ezra," or
I almost wanted to talk to him and or ask him, be like, bro, are your friends Rebels fans? Like, do they make you say lines like "Get away from me, Maul" or "Kanan" or "Chopper"? Like, do your friends have you like say like Star Wars stuff just to hear it? Like,
I'm, or I'm Jabba the Hutt.
yeah, yeah, that man. When he said that in the panel, I was dying. I clipped that out, but they asked that somebody in the audience asked him like, what's like a fact about your character that you feel is true but nobody knows. And when it got to him, he was like, Ezra's real name is Jabba the Hutt. So hilarious. And like
Oh my god.
even watching that Maul episode, I forgot that he told Maul his name was Jabba. So you have Darth Maul calling him Jabba in that episode, which was hilarious, bro. Like I never thought I'd hear Darth
Oh.
Maul say Jabba. So funny. So next up, more Ahsoka. So it is from the Empire magazine. So the cover teases Thrawn's live
Mm,
action debut. So have you seen this cover photo?
no. Ooh,
So there's the cover of Empire. You see Thrawn's silhouette behind
but
Rosario.
that is fire. That would be a dope poster.
It would. And like, I kind of want to get that. It'd be dope to have them sign it.
Ooh, imagine they do like a dual photo, them two, in future celebrations.
Oh, that'd be the most insane photo op. Lars and
Yeah,
Rosario. Oh my god. And they just in the picture have them just looking at each other like pissed off, and you're in the middle like,
but like,
ah, yeah.
yeah, I
Oh,
I think I mean I don't. Tony knows I don't do photo ops, but that one, first of all, I love Rosario Dawson, but
yeah, man.
man, to have both of them like that would be sick.
I have a feeling we could see something like that in Japan, man. Because the hype is going to be crazy, especially in Japan if they talk about stuff for Dave's movie, which Laura, both of them are
Mm.
going to be in it. It's more reason for them to be there. Man, if they do that photo op, ooh, it'll be pricey but priceless at the same time.
Or if they do the live action group photo op with everybody. You know how you got
Oh, the whole
like an
Rebels,
ICC? The ICC was all rebels, but this one the live action
all
rebels.
this
That
stuff,
would be
bro, that would be crazy. I can see them doing it with the three girls for sure, Hera, Sabine, and Rosario. But if one thing I regret about London not getting and it's sold out, I'm so mad. It was pricey, but I was like, oh, I'll probably just be reckless and splurge and buy it when I'm there. But it sold out was the dual photo op with Rosario and Ashley, because that is
oh.
such a rare thing. And like I've seen a ton of conventions since then that they've both been at separately. They haven't been nowhere together since
Mm-mm.
then. So if they have that in Japan, I'm buying it because like it's so rare. It is so rare, man. So
Yeah, and I see so many photos when they came back because you look at the hashtag.
Yeah,
Star Wars Celebration London, and so many people did that photo op, and they were like animated.
amazing.
They were doing poses and stuff like that. It was dope, man.
The best one that holy shit. Imagine if you were the freaking cameraman for that is when it was a cosplayer that looked like Ahsoka really really good, and they did the Spider-Man
The
meme.
Spider Man,
Okay,
yeah, that
yeah,
was
I saw that picture. That picture went viral so quick. It was priceless. But like, imagine you were next in line and you got to see that. That you got to
yeah.
see that. Like, oh, so sick. So I'm definitely not missing out on that over there in Japan. But this,
So I got a question. When do
yeah,
you think, or what episode do you think we're gonna see Thrawn? Do you think it's gonna be something where we see him immediately, or they're gonna put it towards the middle, or the
it,
last two episodes?
it's either gonna be right away or like 3 or 4. It's either gonna be they're gonna hit us with Thrawn, boom, 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 because he's gonna be effing stuff up, or it'll be like they're building to it, and then maybe episode 3 or 4. Because doesn't it take like the first 4 episodes are like before
Uh,
the Rebels epilogue, and then the last 4 are
yeah,
after.
you're right.
So, oh, it could be the 5th episode then, because unless they're gonna show flashbacks of Ezra and Thrawn fighting and the Purgles taking them.
Mm,
But oh, that's one thing that's crazy. I don't know if it's shown in the trailer that released to everyone else, so maybe a little spoilers. But the second trailer we saw, how they showed the Purgles up close in live
Purgles.
action. Yeah, and
Yes.
Ahsoka and Sabine were in a ship looking at the Purgles. Yo, so crazy, man. Oh, I need Hasbro to release a giant Purgle toy. I need a giant space whale, bro. I need it just floating in my background. I'll hang it up. Just have a bunch of Purgles just floating from the ceiling, bro. That would
For
be
for
sick.
for for me, I want a stuffy.
Oh,
Get like a big
plushie.
stuff plush. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and get them in a couple different sizes. That'd be
Yeah, that'd be
sick,
dope.
man. That'd be.
Well, I think kind of side note, you're talking about your ICC, and I know you were going on all your videos, how you got everybody's autograph and how you're gonna get Ashley's and all that stuff.
Yep.
I said to complete it, and it's gonna be hard.
I already know who you're
Get
gonna say.
Filoni.
I know, because he voiced Chopper. I know. We were talking about that at ICC, and like that's gonna be impossible because the only way you'll get Filoni's autograph is if you happen to bump into him, like how we bump into him basically at the Celebration store in what was it, London. He was there.
London,
In Anaheim, he walked right by us at Disney.
Galaxy, yeah, Galaxy's Edge. That was crazy.
So the chance of getting his autograph, I would have to have that poster on me 24 hours, and I would have to be quick enough to get it out of the tube, open it up, and be like, Dave, can you sign Chopper? So
Maybe you never know. Like if you pull that out, and you know how Dave is. Dave is a Star Wars guy. He might be
and
like,
that's his
"Hey,"
show.
he'd
That's
be like,
his
"Yeah, that's
stuff.
a." He'd be like, "That's a dope poster. I got you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to have an orange Sharpie on me at all times. But I don't know. Like there's some companies that do mailaways and sometimes they have big stars. I've never seen them have
Mm.
Filoni, but if I ever see like a mailaway and they have it, I probably would send it, man, just because like that'd be the last one. It'd be Chopper. It'd be the last freaking one, man. So we'll see. But so this Empire magazine, there was a lot of dope shots in there. I'm gonna jump to the next one, which is a first look at Ahsoka and Hera in live action. So this was from Empire right
Mm.
here. So it's cool. Now she looks to me, it's kind of weird how she looks here, right? I just think it's the lighting and the angle because there's another picture in the article. Not that one. That's animated. Don't get too excited, Ricky. But this one right here. So she looks better here,
Mm.
like for sure, right? I think it's really going to be in her voice. We have to really feel that Hera in her voice. But like this was a picture that came out. So I mean Rosario looks great, but what do you think about Hera in this shot?
I think she looks good. I think
Yeah.
obviously we're so used to the animated, like we're kind of like picky choosy because even
Yeah.
me with Rosario, Rosario looks so like serious. But I get it; she's on the mission, so Ahsoka's on the mission. She looks so serious. I maybe I'm thinking, what's her name? Ahsoka,
Ashley.
like Attack on the Clones, the Clone
Mhm.
Time, clone. I'm looking for something like Smiley, but
Yeah.
Ahsoka is serious. She's on a mission. But no, I think Kara looks good, but definitely the voice. I'm really interested to see how she has the voice because her voice is, she has accent. So,
She does, and that's one thing I pray that she does, because whenever she's, like, around her family or really upset, her accent turns like
so,
that Jamaican Caribbean accent. So, if they don't do that at least once where she's around other of her family, of her race, and that accent comes out, man, that's gonna be a missed opportunity. Because that's one thing about her is when she gets mad, that Jamaican accent
hmm
pops. So the next one photo that came out that people kind of went nuts over, and there's tons of like theory videos like, is this person, is this that person, and it's a lot of fun to speculate. The new Inquisitor. So this is the best look at the new Inquisitor in the Ahsoka show. And like, um my buddy Isaac on Instagram, he did a comparison photo, this and Star Killer with his mask on above it, because the mask does look a little Star Killerish. Not saying it is Star Killer, but like, what, there's always a chance, because Filoni is a thug that does what he wants. Filoni is great friends with Sam Witwer, and always wanted to bring Sam live action or Star Killer live action potentially. So what if this is Star Killer, or what if it's just an Inquisitor and it happens to be Sam
Hey,
Witwer?
Sam, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy because I love Sam. Like he did such a great job. And then I've been watching so much videos. Again, I'm a YouTuber now that watches a lot of YouTube. And
Yeah.
Sam is so knowledgeable in Star Wars,
Oh
like
yeah.
Star Wars trivia. So I love the guy because he respects Star Wars. He not only loves it, but he does a great job voice acting, and he's an actor too. So man, that would be amazing. If Filoni did that, I was like, wow, that was a good surprise. So
Yeah.
yeah, actually, now with all the hype, because I did kind of see this yesterday, and I know the people were talking about it. If it ain't Sam, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I know. I guess we'll see what he does with it, or who it is, or even if we ever see it, maybe they never take the mask off, and
Mm,
Ahsoka just kills him. It's just another Inquisitor. So he kind of looks like the eighth brother from Rebels a
mm,
little bit, but the helmets are different, similar. But I know in the first trailer you see him fighting Ahsoka, and Ahsoka force pushes him. At first, people kind of were saying that, oh, that's a renegade Barriss Offee. So like, there's
mm.
another chance too. Like, if that's not Sam Witwer or Starkiller, what if that's Barriss Offee who's turned to become an Inquisitor? Because the last that she left off in Clone Wars, her and Ahsoka had beef. She framed Ahsoka and she left the Jedi Order.
That's
So
true.
if it's
That would
not,
be dope too.
yeah, if it's not Sam, if that person took the mask off and it was Barriss, bro, that would hit so hard.
And then that would be an epic battle because it'd be like all that history against each other and all that stuff.
Tension, yeah,
That would be
yep.
dope.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. I mean, clearly this person is in a couple scenes because they're fighting here in this woods, and then the other scene they're fighting in like an outdoor place. It looks like something that was more lit up than this. So they're at least two sequences, and I think there's another one where they show this person in a cockpit flying an airplane.
Mm.
So I guess we'll see, but I'm excited for this Inquisitor, especially because Dave did it. Because Dave started the Inquisitors and Rebels. So
So I it's so crazy that because now we're you're doing all this research and information about the Ahsoka show, right? But the hype of this show is so crazy right now
it is.
because the only time I felt as much as hype was for Mando.
Yeah.
Like Obi-Wan, I felt hype because obviously
Before,
Hayden
yeah.
Christensen is coming back. But I feel like this tops Mando, this tops Obi-Wan because Rebels and and
Yeah.
and Clone Wars and it's Ahsoka. Ahsoka is such a huge character, and it was so crazy, right? You go back to 2018 Ricky, and I'm like, oh yeah, all these Disney people love Ahsoka, you know. They love Ahsoka. They build a character for kids and all this stuff. But then when I start watching the show, it's like, you got me, man. You got me. I think I got like every single Ahsoka pop except for that Hall H.
Oh yeah. I got all of them too, except for all they. We'll never have that unless we hit the lotto. But
I was, low key, I was kind of hoping that we went into the celebration store in
I
London and
know.
we're like, all of a sudden, Hall H. Like, oh.
Or even at the Funko panel, like you're getting a free pop. Like imagine if it would have been that, bro. People would have rioted, bro. It would have been. I would have kept that pop with me in a hard sack the whole show. I'm not letting it out of my eyes. Literally, no, not letting that out of my eyes. If we would have got that at Celebration, but maybe I
Right.
bet you San Diego Comic Con this year they'll do something with it there, man.
I was kind of going back and forth on it because I love seeing, if you guys haven't seen Tony's reaction on, when he watches the shows, I love seeing his reactions. So I don't know, I might record my reaction for the Ahsoka show just to,
No,
put it
do it,
on
bro.
YouTube because I think David is about to just like mind freak us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, oh
he
man,
is, bro. No, I wish I would have started recording my reactions a long time ago, bro. Especially like even during the Kenobi show, like that fight, seeing Qui-Gon and Mando too, like seeing Luke, even Ahsoka's first appearance. My reaction to Boba Fett at the end of the first episode, at the very end,
oh
that would,
yeah,
bro. I freaked out, bro. It's been what 40 years without Boba. I freaked
yeah.
out, bro. Oh man. So now I'm glad I record everything, and even like my reaction to Zeb in Mando season 3, I showed that to Steve Bloom. So when I was getting his autograph, I was like, "Hey man, um, it was so crazy to see you in Mando season 3. My reaction was crazy. Can I show it to you?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." So I brought it up and I let him watch the 1 minute little clip, and he loved it. He was like, "Man, tag me in that. I want to share it. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's so awesome." Like he loves seeing my reaction to me freaking out seeing Zeb. So for even little moments like that, bro, I record everything now, bro, because you never know how you'll react. And like all my reactions are genuine, bro. Yeah. Oh yes. All right. So next, man, almost all these articles are Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm for it, man. I'm
yeah.
for it.
So we saw this one. Actually, this one is Ahsoka season 2 gets a hopeful update, which it really doesn't. But I guess Ashley was saying that. I mean, not Ashley, Rosario. She said, "I'm absolutely putting it out in the universe. We're joking about it, but I'm manifesting it because I feel like I helped Filoni, mastermind of Ahsoka, manifest his role. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm willing. I got my ice packs ready to go for season 2 and beyond. I would not be mad at that." So she's just like talking it up, throwing it out there in the universe. But like, of course they're gonna do a season 2. They have to. I think it might just be tricky and complicated because of the movie. Because I'm pretty sure the story from this is gonna connect somewhat to Mando season 4. It's gonna connect to Filoni's movie, so they can't like throw in a season 2 Ahsoka before then. I don't think, but I think after the movie, I mean, as long as Ahsoka doesn't die, which she shouldn't,
Hmm.
they I think they'll do another season of it.
No, definitely. I mean, the hype. I mean, I don't want to say that the Ahsoka show could fail, but I don't think you can. It can because you're bringing back all these characters from Rebels, right? That we already
Yeah.
love, so we're gonna love watching it. Ahsoka, everybody loves.
Yep.
So it's a winner right there. So of course it's no brainer that we got to do season 2. And then you just announced what 2 months ago, Thrawn, live action Thrawn.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Thrawn, so it's like there's no way they got to do more, And it's Disney. They want more money, so come on, they're gonna be like, come on, we need to do season 2 of this.
Yeah. No,
We need to sell more
exactly.
merch.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now though, the number one selling merch from the Ahsoka show, I'm calling it right now, is gonna be anything and everything with Chopper on it. They need to go crazy. I want to see as much Chopper as I see Grogu stuff everywhere because Grogu is on everything ever. I need Chopper, exactly, that little guy. I need Chopper on everything toys. I need a hot toy that's life size to scale a chopper. I need plushies. I want bed sheets. Everything, bro. Everything chopper. So I cannot
I'm
wait for the Ahsoka merch.
I'm definitely want that, especially if you could get like a chopper that just drives around and
Yeah.
opens up his arms and
Yep.
makes a noise, and yeah, definitely need that. That would be dope.
What I hope Funko does is a jumbo 18-inch chopper would be amazing. I would buy
You
that full
know, I'm
price
doing.
instantly.
You know, I'm
Instantly.
getting that.
Instantly, bro. Instantly. I'll pay next day shipping. I want to be the first with it. Like, I'm getting that. I'm not waiting. No three to
Oh
five.
man,
Next day. Next day. I'll
yeah,
I'll I'll request off from work, be home, boom. Video out quick.
yeah. Lately, Funko been. I don't know what they did, but lately Funko's been shipping out things quick. Like I got that Vader in less than 5 days from Amazon, from Arizona. So
Yeah,
that's
I think
crazy.
it's because they have that new warehouse in Arizona, so it's a little bit further in than Seattle or wherever they were shipping it from, and I think it's a bigger distribution warehouse. So like, yeah, because back in the day, you ordered from Funko Shop, it's like 2 weeks,
I'm like, come
t-
on, Funko.
10 days if you're lucky, because they take like 4 to 5 days to ship it out. Then it takes another 4 to 5 because it's from the West Coast because they ship it ground, whatever. So yeah, man, that's good to hear. They've switched that up. So next,
Ooh,
the maker, the father of Star Wars, George Lucas, spoke to the writer, director dude, Tony Gilroy of Rogue One about what he thought of Rogue One. Have you seen or heard his thoughts on Rogue One?
no.
What do you think George Lucas thought about it?
Ooh. I've seen him been real critical of other movies that he didn't do,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
uh, but I feel like he'll probably say that that they did a good job, kind of tying into right where episode 4 starts. So I think he would say they did a good job and great detail. But knowing him, he said maybe you guys are missing this, this, and this. You know.
Yeah. So actually, surprisingly, it was good, and
Mm.
like I was like, oh damn, because yeah, George
Yeah.
usually like grumpy, like no, you didn't listen to me, you didn't do the sequels I wanted, but so Tony Gilroy said that George Lucas called me after Rogue One, and I had a 45-minute conversation with him after he saw it, and that's the only time I've ever spoken to him. He loved it, he really did. He had a lot of things to say. I was like, it was like a call from the president. So he was kind of in shock that he called him. That's the only time he's ever spoke to him, and he loved it. Which that's cool to hear because I mean, Rogue One was so solid from beginning to end. Even Chopper was in it. Hera was name dropped in it. Like,
The Millennium
so
Falcon was in it.
yeah. So Rogue One. I mean, yeah, Rogue One was a banger. So that's cool to see that George like loved it, man. So dope.
No, no, yeah, definitely Rogue One. It was fire. I remember watching that in the movie theaters, and again, we talked about in the beginning
Mm.
that Darth Vader scene, and then the end. That little surpriser for Tony.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
That
So.
that Vader scene unmatched, bro. And then we had Maul had a hallway scene in Clone Wars. Luke had a hallway scene, and then we all wanted a flashback in Kenobi of Anakin having a hallway scene in the Jedi Temple. Ah, we're robbed of that because you know he did it. You know he had a hallway
Hmm.
scene. So maybe one
Definitely.
day we'll get to see that, but yeah, man. So the last article I have, Tales of the Jedi season 2
Ooh.
is confirmed for a 2024 release, which we kind of
Ooh,
figured,
nice.
kind of knew. I'm not sure when in 2024 it's going to release, right? But this one is going to be a banger because that first season was the most Star Wars thing I've seen in so long. And like at first I was worried because like, oh, they're shorts, they're 10 minutes, they're 12 minutes. But then watching it, it's all filler, it's all killer, no filler. Beautiful.
Hmm.
What'd you think of Tales?
Oh, Tales is amazing, and I watched it twice. So when it's something that if I watched it once and I went through, like I watched the Mando season 3, just once.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little bit longer. But man, Tales was just like I just couldn't believe it. Like Qui-Gon, a baby Ahsoka, a younger Dooku. Like, man, these
Yeah.
are these are things that we want. Like,
Yeah.
I can say I'm a prequels person, and I think you're the same. We're the
Yep.
same kind of generation where, yeah, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Those are all great classics. That's what kind of got us into Star Wars.
Yep.
But for us in our generation, at least for me, is the prequels. So the more we could get of their backstory is amazing. I understand they can't get these actors now. Some of them
I
either passed
know.
away or they're getting older, but man, animated's the way to go. I'll take it. I'll take those backstories.
No, me too, man. It's just it just was so good. Even like that new Inquisitor that was in there for like 2 seconds that got decimated by what you call it, by Ahsoka was he was probably the best looking Inquisitor, hands down. His mask, his cape with the logo on it, like,
Yeah,
oh, he was so sick. So yeah, and just in seeing how like Ahsoka was at Padme's funeral, creeping around in the background, hit
that
the stuff with Yaddle hit so
go
hard.
hard.
The
Yes.
fight, the music, and then that explained why Yaddle was in Phantom Menace, but
Mm,
we never saw her in
it's
Attack of the
hard
Clones
again.
or Future.
Exactly. And thank you. That's what we need. Like we need those. I don't know how long it takes to make an animated, short, but
Yeah.
I'll take those shorts. If it's able to explain and kind of tie in something into the movies or what happened to this character or where's the backstory of this character, where did they go? I love those.
Yeah, no, for sure. So another thing that I was like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's pointing like I know that is when Dooku went into the Jedi archives and erased
Oh,
Kamino.
race
I'm like, because like
the
when it was happening, I'm like, oh my god, he's doing it. He's erasing Kamino from the archives. Like what? And right away it clicked to your favorite movie, Attack of the Clones. Like,
Clones.
yeah, like that tie-in beautiful. Oh my god,
And of
bro.
course, Dave Filoni.
Yes. See? Oh, oh man. So I had three more articles I was actually saving for later today for my live show, Dark Side Secrets. But I'm gonna bring them up because there's some juicy stuff we're gonna look at too. So let me just share this screen because just started looking at Bespin Bulletin now because all my
Ooh.
other articles are from the direct, which they get a lot of stuff, but Bespin had some different stuff. So this first one is the rumor is Tamora is gonna be Captain Rex, live action in Ahsoka. So before I tell you what I think, what do you think?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it because if you remember, he was in Obi-Wan as
Yeah.
one of the clone troopers,
Yep.
and
Yep.
he was, and I love that. Even though it was such a small scene, I was like, oh man, we could get old man Captain Rex. That would be amazing. And then I seen that photo, I was like, yes, we need that. Definitely need that.
Yeah. So I hope it's true. I hope he's in it a lot though. I don't want a quick cameo. I need like at least an episode, 2 episodes with him because Rex and Ahsoka they did a lot together in Rebels. Like there was
Hmm.
a lot of episodes. So hopefully, if they do give us him, we get a decent chunk, right? And then there were rumored concept art from Rebel. Well, no, that's not rumored. There's concept art from Rebels that shows Ahsoka and Rex riding loathe wolves. Right? It was unused
Whoa.
concept art. Like if you Google it, it's out there. I'll see if I can even bring it up. But there is concept art, right? And they're both on giant loathe wolves. Now there were leaks from the Ahsoka set that they made like life-size loathe wolves that they could ride. So there could be something in the Ahsoka show where they're riding a giant loath wolf. Maybe it's like even Caleb Doom, because remember he kind of
Mm,
become a loath wolf or something like
yes.
that. Like his name was Doom, and there's a chance that we might get uh both of them riding loath wolves together. So how in here it is. Oh
That would be
baby.
insane. That would be insane. But yeah, they was like, well, we didn't get to do this in the animated series, and I got the money now, and Disney got the money, so let me go ahead and put it in a live
Oh
action
snap!
show.
Yeah, hold on, give me 1 second. I'm trying to zoom in on this photo. But this is concept art from
Ooh.
Rebels that Dave never used. So imagine like this is a scene. Imagine if it opens with this Ahsoka in
Oh,
her white robe, old man Rex riding a lone wolf. That would break the internet in 10 seconds if that's the opening scene for Ahsoka. So Dave is crazy, man. Maybe we'll get that, but I pray that we do. Um, yeah. So nothing set in stone, but like you gotta use tomorrow, bro. Like, come on.
yeah. He was kind of upset that he wasn't in Mando getting a call Mando
For
3,
Mando season
uh,
3, I guess there were cuts
which
and stuff.
yeah, but still, which made no sense because you figured that he was gonna show up because
Yeah,
that's
it's
what I
Boba
thought.
Fett.
Yeah, I thought Boba Fett was gonna show up and be like, "Hey, man, you helped me out at the
Yeah,
end. I'm gonna go ahead and help you." So I was kind of a little bit disappointed they didn't show up. But yeah, you gotta use him, man. And then right now it's the perfect time. He's actually an older gentleman right now, so
yeah.
like it's perfect timing.
He is old man Captain Rex right now, literally, like literally. So
And did you get that autograph, man?
yeah, man. I still got it. I still got it right here. I gotta find a
Uh,
spot for it. But Tamora Morrison, Boba Fett. So this was dope. JSA certified. Let's go.
did you get like it was a photo op, right, with both Bobas?
Yep, with both of them. With yeah, at Anaheim, that was such a. It was only like 120
That's
for both of
fire,
them.
man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
and
That's crazy.
tomorrow was hilarious the whole time, bro. Just talking nonstop. That dude is a legend, man. Like, if you get a chance to meet him because he is an amazing person, man. It's insane. So the next one for Acolyte. So
Mm.
they just finished filming it. So it's what did I do? It's done. Wrong one. It's done being filmed right now. So they're probably like in the editing stage and all that. So this, I believe, is 2024. We're not getting that this year. So we have this to look forward to next year. So confirmed for 2024, we got Acolyte, we got Bad Batch season 3, we got Tales of the Jedi season 2. So just 3 things right now. There has to be more, I would think, but just those 3. But how hyped are you for Acolyte?
So when I heard about Acolyte, I was like, "Oh, here we go." Nah, for me, I felt like because with Obi-Wan, we already know that character. We already Obi-Wan has been in so many movies, so okay, it's just a spin-off, but of that character that we know. And then obviously Mando was actually something new, but we kind of since knew what Mandalorian was, a bounty
Yeah.
hunter. So we got it just Acolyte. I was like, what is this? And it is what is it? It's 100 years before Episode 1.
Yep. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I was like, man. But when I saw the trailer or whatever they showed us at Celebration, wow, my
Yep.
mind just went like this. I'm hyped for this show too, because all those lightsabers, all those Jedi's, there's gonna be some Sith,
It
something
has to
there.
be.
Like,
Yeah.
oh man, it's and then that big what's it called a Wookiee came
Oh
out, the
yeah, yeah.
Jedi
The Wookiee
Wookiee.
Jedi. Yeah,
The
yeah.
Wookiee Jedi came out. That just I was like, what? That was crazy. Yeah, definitely hype for this show too.
Yeah, Acolyte. So when we got that trailer, I was more hyped for Acolyte on that Friday than I was for the Ahsoka show, just
Yes.
because I'm like, holy crap. But then when we got that second Ahsoka trailer the next day, it took back the hype because of the stuff added. But that's crazy that the Acolyte that I knew nothing about, and I went
hmm
in, and that trailer has me just as excited for it as I am for Ahsoka.
The
So
fighting scenes.
the
They were
fighting looks
showing it.
super samurai fighting style.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah. And then,
and
like you said, all the Jedi's, like there was a scene with like 7 of them lighting up lightsabers. They're not lighting up lightsabers for no reason. There has to be
it's
at
something.
least several Sith across from them because there's like 6 of them. Like that's overkill. So hopefully we get a lot of cool new Sith characters, and that Jedi Wookiee. The minute I see him light up and go "Ooh," and fight, yeah, bro. Oh, I'm gonna be so hyped for that.
Yeah,
So hyped.
and I'm kind of glad because there was a point in Disney Plus where you got 1 year was focusing just on Star Wars content, then the next year was Marvel,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
then the next year is Star Wars. I need Star Wars every year.
yeah.
Every year I
Nonstop.
need some type of content of Star Wars. If it's animated, shorts, live action, heck, make a movie. Make a movie for Disney Plus.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Why not? They should have made Kenobi a movie with Andor's budget. Oh yeah, that's another thing coming out next year too.
Oh
I guess
yeah.
I'm just not excited for it. But Andor season 2 is next year too. So I'll give it that. The teaser they gave us a celebration, it looked better. It looked decent. It looked
Hmm.
like gritty, fast paced, which is good. Hopefully this season keeps me awake because that first season gave me some of the best naps in my life ever.
Well, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Whenever you're really tired, just go ahead and put
Put on
Andor.
Andor. The first 3 episodes that drug out so bad, bro. And like I remember when it dropped, I was excited for it. Woke
Yeah.
up at 3 a.m. I was gonna do my first reaction videos to Andor, and I started recording it. And like after the second episode, I'm like, I don't even want to watch the third. I went back to bed and I watched the third one a day or two later because I wasn't feeling it. So
And what
yeah,
they said about this is like first, like I don't know if you remember when they introduced Andor the first time. I think it was Celebration in Anaheim.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They were talking about they were gonna do Andor for many years.
Oh
Like they were
yeah,
gonna many seasons, and all of a sudden, in London, they were
two.
like, "Oh yeah, 2 seasons," and I was like, "Yeah, they must have got that. Yeah, we can't do this for many seasons. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
like it." But they did also say, if I'm correct, the last 2 episodes is 3 days before the events of Rogue One.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, like the last episode. So I don't have the article here, but the last episode ends with Andor meeting that one guy that he meets in the
Mm,
alley in the beginning of Rogue One that the stormtrooper shoots or he shoots and kills and climbs up and runs away. Remember the beginning
yeah.
of Rogue One? So it's gonna end where he's walking and meeting that exact guy, and basically the Rogue One movie starts. So that's
Mm.
kind of cool. Kind of like how the end of Rogue One starts A New Hope. The end of Andor is gonna start Rogue One. So that'll be cool to see that. But I just hope there's cool stuff in there, bro. That's all I want. Now, this next one, is this the last one? Yeah, it's the last one. So this last article is Mando season 4 reportedly to begin filming in November. So I think it was supposed to like start filming sooner, but because of the writer strike, they they can't. So I think that's just a projected if the writer strike is done by then. So it could be later. It could maybe be sooner. But with it filming that late, I think if
20,
we do get it, it'll be like late 2024, like
25.
December, if we're lucky. Yeah, probably 2025 realistically. So that sucks. But Mando season 4, I'm interested in because I want to know like what the hell's gonna happen. Is it like what's going on? Because for me, Mando season 3 was kind of like a weird season compared to season 1 and 2 because 1 and 2 to me were bangers. Season 3, like I thought the whole season was going to be him getting to the mines of Mandalore and all that, and he did that in an episode and a half,
Yeah,
right?
episode 2. Boom.
Yeah, done. And then after that, I'm like, what the hell's the problem? Like, what's going on? And we didn't get more of what's going on until like the fourth or fifth episode, the end, when we found out that Moff escaped. And it's like, okay, Moff's in the picture. But it was like, to me, season 3 was just kind of weird. It had some amazing moments, but I feel like it wasn't as consistent story wise as 1 and 2. What'd you think of Mando season 3?
Mando season 3 had like its moments. It had the jaw dropping moments like the Mythosaur. Like I was like,
Whoa, yo, that was
yo,
amazing.
that was amazing. But I kind of felt like Mando season 3 was Bo-Katan season 1.
Which is
Like
fine. Yeah.
yeah, it's fine, but it's not the show's Mando. So
Yeah.
like if you wanted to do like a season, maybe 4 episodes, just focusing on Bo-Katan. That's great, but I expected a little bit more, and it kind of made me feel like, when you see season one, like what is it? I could bring you in bringing you warm. I could
Warm.
bring you in cold.
Yeah.
Like you like, yo, Mando
Savage.
is savage. He's a badass,
Yep.
right? Season three made me feel like he was just like, yes, Bo-Katan, you can
I
have it.
know. Yeah,
I
he
was like,
was kind of soft in the season.
I'm
Like they
like,
did
bro,
Boba Fett. They softened him up like they did Boba Fett.
nah, man, don't do that. Like, you built this character to be like mysterious, even though we know it's Pedro Pascal, but mysterious, and it's like, come on, man, he's supposed to be a badass. Like all of a sudden he falls in the water and Bo-Katan has to save him. Like, come on, bro, really?
And I wonder if it has to do with like drama behind the scenes, like with Pedro and
Mm,
stuff. Because like we'll never, ever, ever know unless you're friends with Pedro and he tells you. None of us will ever know the truth. But like it kind of makes sense because he was filming The Last of Us, so there's a lot of stuff with that. Because they cut out a scene where he was supposed to be there recording himself with the helmet off, sitting
mm.
on that stoop outside the house at the end. It was supposed to be him there because of scheduling conflicts, he couldn't make it to film that. But like, it was it a lot of drama with that, and they were kind of just like, okay, Pedro might not be around for much longer. Let's kind of push him out, and then Mando going forward could just be Bo-Katan because she's here. She ain't doing nothing else. So I wonder if it's something like that because it just seems so weird, man. But the
And see,
Mythosaur
Mythosaur was
nugget,
I thought that, like, okay, cool. You show the Mythosaur, great. What happened?
nothing. Yo, I'm waiting. The that was the first episode too, right? That we saw the Mythosaur, or the
I
second
think it was
episode, the
like
second one.
second, yeah, second. I think it was.
So we go 6 more episodes and we're all waiting. And then that one episode, which was like giving you blue balls at the end, where the big monster popped up when they're on that ship, and I'm like, that has to be the Mythosaur. But it's another like Blastoise
Creature.
looking Pokemon. Like, come on, bro. Like,
Blastoise.
really? Like all these
Yeah.
weird creatures, like, come on. The Jurassic World episode was a few episodes before that. We don't need that anymore. So they wasted the Mythosaur. But I like seeing Keller and Beck save Grogu just because I like Ahmed best. So that was dope. And seeing
The gunship,
the
like it just,
gunships, bro,
and
that
then
hit.
the Naboo, royal ship.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
was it?
yeah. The Royal Guard ship or whatever it's called. And the
Yeah.
clone troopers were live action. Seeing the live action clone troopers is a plus, and they were all voiced by Tamora Morrison. So that hit so hard. And then Zeb, bro. I think the biggest shock of season 3 was Zeb, only because there that didn't leak. There were no rumors, and there were actually opposite rumors that Zeb wasn't going to be in
Gonna
Ahsoka
be
because it was too complicated to make him prosthetics or CGI that they couldn't do it. And they nailed it out of the park with Zeb. So that was like probably my favorite part. Biggest shock was Zeb for sure.
um. What was the other part that I like from the season? What's his name? R5.
Oh, bro, legend, bro. I have him here on my desk now. He's always by my
Oh,
side.
there you
Always
go.
by my side.
R5. I was like, I forgot telling somebody, like, with no spoilers. I said, he's the comic relief of Mando season three.
He saved them. He saved it. He did everything, bro. He did everything. He is a legend, bro. A legend. So now Mando season 4, I'm like so interested, like, because supposedly Favreau already has it written. Like when he was editing season 3,
Mm,
he was writing it. So he said it's pretty much almost all written. So they have a story. I'm guessing that it has to really tie in
tie
with
into the
Ahsoka
movie.
and connect Ahsoka to Heir to the Empire, if that's the name of the movie. So theoretically, it should be a 6 season because it should just be Mando and Bo helping Ahsoka and Thrawn and maybe meeting Sabine again in person and the Zeb. Oh, it could be Rebels season 5.5 because Ahsoka is going to be season 5.
It could tie in, and I think the timing is perfect. Even though they won't start filming until November, it's not gonna come out until 2025, and then Dave movie is coming out 2026, right?
Supposedly, yeah, yeah,
So yeah,
allegedly.
you don't. I could see maybe a summertime release, of 2025 for Mando, so then it only gives you a couple of months, and then you get into 2026 where the Dave movie comes out. So that'll be perfect. Or maybe even
Ooh.
season
Uh,
two of Ahsoka.
I feel like they'd be rushing and squeezing that in, bro.
Do you think
Especially if they're trying to get that movie out in 2026, they have to start filming in 2025.
they do have to start filming in 2025? Because well, what if they film Ahsoka season two in the beginning of 2025?
Then
Because
they'll be doing the movie though too. Potentially
yeah,
almost the same year, same time. No?
yeah, because when is the movie gonna? Well, we don't know obviously
We
when the
don't
movie
know.
gonna
That's
come
just a
out.
rumor. Yeah, yeah.
But it could either be May if they love the month of Disney loves December, but we know
Yeah.
Star Wars is May. So I don't know what David's gonna say to them and say, "Hey, we're releasing this in May. All right, Disney, we're not doing December."
So what if we get Mando season 4? What if they do the premiere in Japan? What if they save it and drop it then? Right? Like that'd be sick. And we had the red carpet in Japan and all the posters in Mandalorian and Japanese writing and stuff. Uh
Oh man,
that'd be
I
sick.
I'm gonna have to bring I don't know an extra huge luggage because just to have things in Japanese letter. First of all, I love Japan. I've always
Yeah.
been trying to go to Japan, and because I love certain animes, Power Rangers. That's
Yeah.
kind of like my other things that I like. But now you have Star Wars in Japan. Crazy.
So crazy. So yeah, Japan. When I was looking at into the flights, like a lot of the flights out there include like two full size luggage with the price, which is good. That
Mm,
way, I could bring two full size luggage. I'll bring my backpack, a carry on duffel, so that's plenty of space to bring stuff and get stuff. But yeah, yo, how hyped are you for Japan, man? It's 2 years away, but like
super hype. Like, and just looking at certain things. Like, I think by me hearting so much stuff on my Instagram, that's
it
all I
shows
see. And it's
more. Yeah, yeah,
like, do this in Japan, do this in Japan. So I'm like
yeah.
trying to save things, write down things
Yep.
down, so that when I go there, I can experience it, and don't forget. But yeah, and then even my girl is learning to Duolingo Japanese like every day. She's learning like
Really?
she's like, I know how to say rice. I know how to say this. I was like, oh, okay. I
Oh,
need to jump on it real quick.
I need to learn how to say pizza. That way I could get me some. Bro, I'm looking. I was looking into it. There are some dope pizza spots I found in Japan already that look like bomb. So you're gonna see me eating some Japanese pizza, baby. I cannot wait. But I'm gonna try all the other weird stuff too, because I don't really eat Japanese food. But like, bro, I'm in Japan. I have no choice. So I guess I'll have sushi for the first time and like all that stuff over there.
Oh, you never had sushi before?
Nah, bro, you know me. I don't eat that stuff. I just eat the same
Oh,
regular stuff. So yeah, we can have sushi over there. Like,
I haven't had sushi before either, so
yeah,
I don't eat seafood. So I was telling my girl whenever we go to Japan, I was gonna go on Instagram Live and have sushi for the first time. So now that I know you have it, I
yeah.
mean
What
we
I'm
gotta
down,
try
bro.
we
We'll
gotta
do
try it at
it.
the same
Yeah.
time.
But I just can't wait. It's gonna be months until we get more info, but I can't wait till we start getting details on Japan so I can start making videos on it because those London videos I made were so much fun, engaging with people, talking with people on the comments, getting people prepared and ready. And I think around November this year. So that's what, like 4 or 5 months away. I think
Hmm.
in November is when hotels can be booked in Japan. So once I like confirm that, I'm dropping a video and bro, I'm booking my hotel right away. Like I plan on doing
Yeah,
two separate hotels. I don't know how you're planning on doing it, but I want to do two separate hotels, one in the heart of Tokyo for 6 nights, and then one next to the convention center for 4 nights. That way, the first 6 days I'll be central Tokyo to get anywhere and everywhere, and then the last 4 days I'll be right next to the convention center, walking distance.
yeah.
So,
I think it's Osaka. I think I want to do either a couple days in Osaka, so I
oh,
might get out.
nice, yeah,
Also, yeah, it's so much because to me, I love like you love Nintendo, so I love
bro.
Mario. Mario,
What?
like is my thing. So Mario, Nintendo. Then you got Power Rangers originating in Japan. They call Super Sentai over
Pokemon.
there. Pokemon, and then Dragon Ball
All
is
that
one
stuff is
another.
gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm here in Japan. I'm seeing all these other things that I love, but I also gotta remember you're here for celebration too. So save some money
I
for
know.
celebration.
Yeah, that this trip is gonna be the most expensive trip in the history of all trips ever. So yeah, man. Because I'm gonna want to get so much stuff because it's gonna be so unique, especially if it's in their language. Like I'm gonna want everything: shirts, comic books, figures, souvenirs from every spot that
Oh
I go
man.
to. So, and I want to
And
do a
then they
lot
got
because
shops over there too. That's the thing. They got shops like you could get a Game Boy Color over there. Like that's the thing. Is like they have all these
yeah,
things. Like then the see-through color Nintendo 64,
64.
which
Yep,
it's
bro. If I
oh
could get
god.
that over there, bro, I'll grab it, bro.
Hmm.
What? The purple one? I want the OG color, the purple clear one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that trip's gonna be epic. And then like the trip before is gonna be crazy, but then the 3 days at celebration is gonna be even more next level than London, because like that's another side of the world. So that's gonna bring a lot more people who couldn't go to London or who don't come to the States. So we're gonna even see a more variety of people, and I think we're gonna see a lot of the same people we've been seeing at celebration. Like I know I've seen a few people in London that also they're going to Japan. A few people at ICC Con, they were at London. They're going to Japan too. So it was crazy. Yo,
Okay.
at the hotel lobby parties at ICC Con, I was talking to this one couple that had a table in the lobby, and they were at London Celebration. Oh no, they were at London, but they were at Anaheim too, right? And they were at the Kenobi premiere, and they were front row. And I was like, I was front row. So I looked at my video, right? So I
Oh.
dropped a video where I'm like, oh, front row, like a selfie video, and I kind of do like a little twirl like that. And when I do the twirl, they're sitting right there, like 4 seats next to us by themselves because we got in
That's
early. So I
crazy.
zoom in on my phone. I'm like, is this you guys? And they're like, yeah. So it's crazy how small the world can be that I ran into them and I sat next to them a couple years ago at Anaheim, and they were at ICC Con, they were at London, and they're gonna be in Japan. And actually, were you were you there in London when we got out of the show store, the VIP day, and we were opening all the pins, and that one
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
got the 11 chases?
yeah. He was
Do you?
there.
No, no, no. Do you remember how another dude came up and was like, "I have 11 kilos. I'll trade you." He got 11 kilos.
Yes.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That was the dude that I met at ICC Con. Because I'm looking
Oh
at his
wow,
table and
that's crazy.
he still had like 10 kilos. And I was like, yo, I remember you because you traded your Kylo to the pin guy that got 11 chases. That guy was the same guy that was in my video that was at ICC Con.
That is
Crazy,
crazy.
bro. Yeah, crazy
And
small
where's
world.
he from?
Oh,
Like what state?
somewhere in the States. I forgot what he said. Somewhere on the East Coast. Somewhere on the East Coast or like the South. I forgot what he said, bro.
That's
Um,
crazy. So meet each other in London and then you meet each other in Nashville, Tennessee, like
and yeah,
random.
and in
Uh,
Anaheim we met him, and now it's gonna be in Japan. Is when we'll probably run into them at ICC Con next year when we go, since we're both going to that. So that is gonna be crazy, man. Crazy,
Oh, that
crazy.
everybody knows who Star Wars Sith is, man. How many times are you being stopped in London?
Well, London, yeah. I in Nashville, like none, but in Nashville, I saw I just saw a couple of people that I saw in London that I knew from there, so that was cool. But yeah, ICC Con, bro, you're gonna love it, and then Japan is gonna be next level, especially for you being making videos, and you'll be 2 years in by then, bro. You're gonna it's gonna be nuts, crazy experience for sure. So that's pretty much everything that I had, though. What do you have coming up next on your channel that the people can look forward to?
Well, I was challenged by Mr. Star Wars Sith himself for my top five Jedi, so that video's coming out. I also got a package coming in from Funko
Nice.
with three items, so those are also gonna come out. And then I haven't done this for a while. I said I was gonna talk about it. I haven't even put them on a backpack yet. I got my pins from Star Wars Celebration
Oh,
London. So I want to actually go in. It might be two different videos. one just focusing on London pins and what I picked up, kind of give
Yeah.
a little story to how I got it, because sometimes I did some trades, and then Mr. Star Wars says Tony, he gave me a chase. Actually, gave me two chases, I believe.
Yep.
And then go over the years. I do have some from Orlando, Chicago, and Anaheim. So
Yep.
that's what I have in my channel coming up. Just more content for you guys, Star Wars stuff.
Nice. Also, I don't know if you saw Eric's video, Sire Speed Reviews. He did his top 5 Mandos. He challenged all of us at the end of it. So you got to do a top 5 Mando video as well. Yeah, he called everybody out. So yeah, you're already there.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, so I'm doing mine on that. I think Thursday I'm doing it live. I thought about recording it, but I had fun doing it live. So I'm probably gonna just do all mine live. That way, half the work is done. I don't got to edit or add anything extra. It's just all right. There you guys go, done. So, but yeah, guys, be sure to check out Ricky's channel. Link will be down in the description. But that's everything for this episode of Sith Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.